I'm Fred Cam, Medical Director at Auburn University's Medical Clinic. There are shortages of medical equipment and supplies used against COVID-19, and you may have seen on social media that you can help by making a homemade mask. This is true, but it is important to understand what these masks are suitable for and what they are not. Homemade masks can be used in areas of the hospital and clinics by personnel not at risk for COVID-19 and where commercial surgical masks are not required, thereby preserving them to be used elsewhere. Homemade masks can also be used by patients who have other respiratory illnesses or by patients on chemotherapy or with compromised immune systems around their home or when they venture out. Commercial masks are near impossible to come by and will be for months. Homemade masks can be used by workers whose jobs place them in potentially exposed areas but not at high risk for COVID-19. The following video with Auburn University's Professor Christine Schnittke shows how to make a well-designed homemade mask. These masks can be made from materials most people who sew already have. On behalf of the healthcare workers, we truly want to thank you for your willingness to make these masks. Please stay at home. Staying at home reduces your risk and the risk of those who are vulnerable to this virus.
Instructions for making a face mask.
Hi, I'm Christine Schnittke, Professor of Science Education in the College of Education. There are many patterns for face masks, and I made 7 different patterns and gave them to Dr. Cam for him to evaluate. And he chose this pattern as the best one. It is very tight-fitting across the face and includes the nose well. It is lined with a cotton knit, so it's soft against the face, and it has ties that can be adjusted for anywhere. So today I'll be making this pattern. You have an outer fabric that's woven and an inner fabric that is knit. First thing you do is take 2 pieces of the outer fabric and put them right sides together. You can pin if you want, otherwise just hold them together while you're sewing. Now I'm going to sew about a 1/4 inch seam around the curved part of the mask, which is going to be the front part where the nose is. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the inner fabric, a 1/4 inch seam around the curved part. The next step is to snip along the curve so that when you turn the mask right side out, it's nice and smooth. So I'm going to give it around 6 or 7 or 8 snips just so it turns nicely. So now I turn the outer and the inner, and I put the right sides together again, being careful to line up the seam at the nose bridge and the seam at the chin area. And because my machine is not made for knit fabrics especially, I'm going to make sure that the woven fabric is on the outside because it will catch better. So I'm just holding these together. You can pin if you want. It's a lot quicker just to hold it in place. So line it up so that the center seams match, and then just sew a 1/4 inch seam around the top nose area and the bottom chin area. Now turn the mask right side out and smooth it flat. And you'll want to sew right down the middle to secure the outer and the inner layers together. So with the knit side down and the woven side up, I'm going to sew just a little seam about 1/8 of an inch to the right of the center seam. And so that the top and the bottom, or the nose and the chin sections, lay flat, I'm going to do the same thing, about 1/8 of an inch in on the top and 1/8 of an inch in on the bottom. Just going to sew the two sides together like this. So now you have the complete outer and inner area, and you need to create sleeves on the left and the right for the ties to go through. So to do that, I'm going to fold over about 1/4 inch and then again about 1/2 inch so that I have a little sleeve like this that I can sew down about 1/8 of an inch. And I'm going to go back and forth a few times so that it's a really secure seam. Back and forward. Back and forward. So now this is what the ties will go through, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. If you have extra fabric sticking out, because the knit fabric is stretchy, just cut it off. You're basing all of your measurements on the woven fabric, not the knit fabric, because it's stretchy. It might stretch out of place. So I'll fold it over about 1/4 inch and then again about 1/2 inch. Lay it down, sew it in about 1/8 of an inch from the edge. Get some back and forth sewing just to hold it down well. The next step is to make the ties. What we have are strips of fabric cut at 1.5 inches and across. So 2 long strips of fabric, 1.5 inches across. And the way to make a tie out of this is to fold one edge into the middle, another edge into the middle, and then fold that in half. And just sew this together. And as you sew, fold. So after you've sewn the 2 ties, use a safety pin or something to thread it through the mask. Just push it through, and do this on both sides. And trim all the extra little threads, because you don't want any threads sticking out that are going to cause someone to have an itchy face and have to scratch their face. So check really carefully to trim all the extra threads, and when you're done, you'll have a nice mask with a top and a bottom and an inside and an out. It will fit just like that.
Step 12. After sewing, take the 4 tie ends and secure them with a loose slip knot so that they do not tangle up in the washing machine. Step 13. Wash all your masks with hot, soapy water prior to returning them for distribution. If you use a lingerie bag or a mesh bag with a zipper for washing, this will reduce tangling. Step 14. After drying thoroughly in a dryer or on a laundry line, place the masks in a new, clean, resealable plastic bag and label the outside with the number of masks inside. Pick up mask kits at Sunny Slope, the White Farm Cottage at 1031 South College Street, home of Osher Lifelong Learning Institute. You must approach the building by heading north on South College Street. Make a U-turn at the church if you're headed south. The back porch of Sunny Slope is open and equipped with hand sanitizer. Kits will be in packs of 5 and 10. You may use the kits to make masks for yourself and family. To donate masks to area medical facilities and nursing homes, return laundered masks to Sunny Slope in a clean, resealable bag. Label the bag with the number of masks. Auburn University outreach staff will deliver them to the facilities.